Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Alright, welcome to Alyx's world. A safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is my Monday Night Raw review. Or should I say, Raw Underground review. This is going to be one of those reviews where so much has happened. It's probably going to be scatterbrained. I don't really have a script for this particular episode because so much went into making this show. It was hard for me to keep up with it. As you can tell, Shelton Benjamin hasn't been changed. He's not the 24/7 champ anymore. It's now Akira Tozawa. He'll probably get it back next week. That's why I didn't even bother changing it. It's fine. Regardless, other than that, this was quite the episode. Was it good? I don't know. I will say this. This might be the most interesting, buzzworthy episode of Raw we've gotten all year. I mean, the show has been pretty lifeless for a long time as a plane flies over my head. I apologize for that. But yeah, it's one of those shows where I don't know if it's a good thing that it's buzzworthy, but people are definitely talking. So we're going to have a lot to talk about when we get into the Raw review, especially Raw Underground. And if you like what I have to say, and you want more, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. First off, buy yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. You can get yourself a t-shirt at both Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring, whichever one fits your bill. Deluxe Man t-shirt or an new school t-shirt. Old school is Deluxe Man, new school is Alyx's World. Can't forget about that. Like me on Facebook while you're at it. Also follow me on Twitter at VX1. Alyx's World. Give me a follow on Instagram. Check out my email, just Alyx's World. You can email me for business inquiries or just to say hi or a Q&A. Check it out. Also, donate using PayPal, Patreon, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. All Super Chat donations will be played live here on the air, just like that.
Did you know about The Rock by XFL?
I did. We'll talk about that in just a second. Literally in just a second. Let me get the rest of this out. But yeah, so there's a t-shirt. One more time. Gotta give it one last plug. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. But yeah, all that is down below in the description. So we've been having problems with the live chat as of lately. I don't know if it will appear, but let me see. If it's not gonna appear at any time during the broadcast, see, it's just blank. I don't know what's up with Streamlabs, but Super Chat works. That's a good thing.
The most interesting Raw of the year so far, and I missed it due to a power outage. Just my luck. Lol.
Now, just because I say it's the most interesting doesn't mean it's good. It's just something worth talking about. Don't take that as it's the best Raw of 2020. It's basically one of those episodes where you go, alright, a lot happened and a lot is worth talking about. So, before we get into that, and again, we'll keep an eye on the live chat. I don't know what the deal is. I know people are here. It's just, it's not coming through when it comes to the Streamlabs website. So, we'll just keep going back and forth until things happen, but if we have to go a stream without it, I apologize. I just want you guys to know I see you. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my day, and thank you for making me a part of yours. Alright, let's get right into it. We know what we're getting ready to talk about. The Rock. the People's Champion, made some big, major moves today. Recently, I have no idea. I don't know what's going on in the background. It's just a lot of noise. Hopefully it's nothing crazy. But yeah, let's just go to TMZ for this big update. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson buys XFL and $15 million deal. Wow.
Thought power outage was gonna shock the system.
Oh, you thought it was Undisputed Era? I kind of thought it was too, but I'm kind of glad it wasn't, because I don't trust the main roster to use them properly. Not yet, at least. But let's get back to this. The Rock buys XFL for $15 million. Here's what it says. Finally, The Rock has come back to football? Question mark? The WWE legend just teamed up with an investment group to snatch up Vince McMahon's XFL league for $15 million. The league confirms in a statement. The league had filed for bankruptcy after being resurrected for the 2020 season and was supposed to be auctioned off to the highest bidder on Monday. But Dwayne Johnson and his partner, Dany Garcia, that's The Rock's business partner and ex-wife, interesting, and partners at, Redbird Capital, swooped in and bought it up this weekend before it hit the auction block. The deal must now be approved in bankruptcy court on Friday, and if everything goes smoothly, it could close by August 21st. The deal must now be approved in bankruptcy court on Friday, and if everything goes... I just read that. What's wrong with me? The Rock, along with Dany and Redbird, are reportedly 50-50 partners in the deal. Remember, the SFL got off to a pretty decent start in 2020, but COVID essentially served as a death sentence to the league, forcing it to shut down in March. The league filed for Chapter 11 in April, listing 10 to 50 mil in debts. Ooh. Says here, The Rock issued a statement saying, the acquisition of the XFL with my talented partners, Dany Garcia, and Jerry C, just gonna say Jerry C, is an investment for me that's rooted deeply in two things: my passion for the game and my desire to always take care of the fans. With pride and gratitude for all that I built up with my own two hands, I plan to apply these things to the XFL and look forward to creating something special for the players, the fans, and everyone involved for the love of football. The plan to relaunch right now has no timetable. Alright, so the People's Champ has now taken control of the Extreme Football League. What are my thoughts on this? I don't have any, because listen, I think it's safe to say I'm not the biggest football fan. And as soon as the Texans got rid of DeAndre Hopkins, I quit football altogether. I think football is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Why the hell do we see these big men get concussions and run around with pigskin? I think it's the dumbest piece of sport in the world. It's dumb. Alright? I don't even know why y'all watch it. It's faker than wrestling. God damn it. I guarantee you it's rigged. And I'm not just saying that because I'm salty that the Texans traded DeAndre Hopkins. But as someone that's not a big fan of football, I am interested to see what The Rock does with the XFL. In all seriousness, I am interested to see what he does. I think The Rock has proven to be a very, very smart businessman. And he's also someone who understands what the people want. What the people want to see. And as a black man, and yes, he's Samoan, but he's also a black male, I trust him to do the XFL better than Vince would have. Because the only reason why Vince brought back the XFL was because we had people in the NFL kneeling during the national anthem. The Rock, being a black male, you don't have to worry about that. I think if the XFL is going to be taken seriously, it's in good hands. This is a wait and see kind of thing with me. I think with Dwayne Johnson in charge, things are going to start getting interesting. I might watch it. I might tune into it. I'm just saying, I hate football. I think football is the dumbest sport I've ever seen. And it's little kids running around with pigskin, trying to cross the line. Oh, look at me, mommy. I'm going to cross the line. I did it. Oh, look at that. I have to kick the ball in that big hoop. Oh my God, it's so much skill. Hold on for a minute. Fake. It's faker than wrestling. And wrestling's not fake. It's real to me, damn it! Give me your thoughts on the XFL down below. I'm very curious to know what you all have to say about the People's Champ now owning the People's Football League. Moving on to Monday Night. This is gonna be a great Monday Night Raw review. Let's get to Monday Night Raw. Let's get to this crazy episode of wrestling that I don't know where to start. Like, so much happened. I guess we gotta start where everybody else is starting. Raw Underground. Let's just get right to it. Let's just get my thoughts on this crazy new thing that WWE has going for it. Just general thoughts on it. Let me change this real quick. That seems to be a lot more appropriate. How about that? Does that look good to y'all? I hope so. Just my quick thoughts in general about Raw Underground. I feel like, and this is just initial thoughts, it reminds me a little bit of Raw for All. Not in a good way either. This whole, well, we're gonna do something real. We're gonna do something that's legitimate, brother. It's one of those things where it's like, all right, this has a very short shelf life. It's just gonna be something we do, and then it'll get very old very soon. That's my initial thought. However, this seems to be something bigger than just another segment on Raw. You know what I mean? There seems to be something bubbling under the bowels of the WWE creative process here. And as you guys know, Edge is now helping to write Monday Night Raw. And Shane McMahon is officially back on TV. As in, like, legit. He's back. You're going to see him on Monday Night Raw going forward. So you can tell he has a hand in this as well. There's a story going around that a new faction, is about to debut. It didn't debut tonight. It did, but it didn't. It did the whole, we're going to wear a mask and we're going to wreak havoc while the show's going on. They showed a group outside messing with the power box and throwing bottles and Molotovs and setting it on fire and just... But they're all in masks. Like, they look like ninjas. Fucking ninjas. What's the deal with ninjas? So I don't know what to say. Like, to me, I'm interested, and that's it. That's just the thing. You got my interest. I want to see where this is going. But me being the abused wrestling fan, the abused WWE fan that I am, I'm going to have to temper my expectations. Because for the longest time, anytime WWE gets my interest, they somehow find a way to kill it. Somehow. But how cool would it be? And again, my creative mind gets the best of me, which is why I have to be careful with what I say. How cool would it be if this whole thing becomes just, I don't want to say it's another invasion, like another Nexus or another, invasion, WCW, ECW, alliance. But what would happen if Shane McMahon decided to just completely run amok on Raw and then come out? Imagine this. Shane has these these fighters, and let's just say some of them are, disgruntled wrestlers like Dolph Ziggler and Eric and Ivar. You get some people from the from SmackDown. Even like they got the Hurt Business showing up. You get all those wrestlers, and then you have Shane come out, and then you see Shane bury Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is boring. Monday Night Raw is for old, 50 plus, out of touch, grumpy people like my father. Monday Night Raw has been run to the ground by these old hags who don't know what it's like to be in charge of wrestling, who doesn't know what the fans want anymore. It's all about pleasing them. We just bring that to the forefront. And we then use that to introduce a new way of presenting Raw, which is what this is. Not gonna lie, if they did that, if they brought in Shane to initiate a new Raw, and then we do again, it's gonna be this whole WWE versus, I don't know what the hell you call this, Raw Underground. I don't know if they do that or not, but that might be the kind of thing that WWE needs to get the ratings back up. I think I would like that. Because everyone's been saying Vince is out of touch anyways. Why not make a storyline out of that? Why not use Shane McMahon as like the voice of the new generation? As in, this is the kind of show the younger, the 18 to 39 generation wants to see. The newer generation wants to see. My generation wants to see. Because I'm not going to lie. You got this Fight Club atmosphere with strippers. Strippers! My boy! They had them girls stripping and shaking booties. And then on top of that, they almost had a cat fight. My boy, if we gonna get booty shaking, plus legit Fight Club kind of feel to it, I might get behind this. So, as wacky as it sounds, again, it gives me a Raw for All vibe. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I want to see where this goes. I want to see where this leads. If it's just another, alright, we're just going to give you guys another segment on Raw, and it's a Raw for All kind of thing, it'll be done by September. It's not going to last after September. But if it actually leads to something, like it's a program that leads to this emergence of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say anarchy, but like it's this emergence of a group of people who are sick of the establishment. The idea that old hags, old out of touch morons are running the show into the ground, and it's time for the new generation to step up and tear down that establishment. It is led by Shane McMahon and then a couple of other wrestlers. That could be what we need. Who knows? Definitely something to look into. So I'm very interested to see what they do with Monday Night Raw Underground. Or just Raw Underground. What do you guys think? Like, for real, I want your thoughts on this. Where do you see this going? Where do you want it to go? Do you have any expectations about it? Do you want this to actually lead to something? Because I think it has potential. Like, for real, I think it does have potential to do some things for not just Monday Night Raw, but wrestling in general. But it's got to be in the right hands, and it's got to lead to something. And look, if I can get more strippers, hey, listen, WCW had the Nitro Girls. I'm just saying, ain't nothing wrong with some dancing, especially if they strippers. So you trying to appeal to me, right? You can't go wrong with strippers. I know a couple girls that like strippers too. Anyways, give me your thoughts. I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say about Raw Underground. I guess we gotta talk about the rest of the show, right? Yeah, let's just run through this real quickly. I don't really have much else to say about the rest of Raw. We had Apollo Crews defeat MVP in the opening match, and during this match, we saw the lights go out and the electric bill be messed around with. Now, this was during the time we had that mysterious group on the outside destroying the power box. Again, I'm assuming that group is a connection to Raw Underground, or is connected to Raw Underground. Might not be whatsoever. Could just be ninjas. Akira Tozawa. No, okay. So they have said it's a new stable. It's not Undisputed Era. It's not Hurt Business. It's a new stable. So apparently it must be connected to the Raw Underground thing, right? We'll see. But during this match, the lights were going in and out, so that was interesting. But Apollo Crews did end up beating MVP clean, and he walks away with both belts. MVP upset about the fact that, the lights were going out and he felt distracted, challenged Apollo Crews to a rematch at SummerSlam, and Apollo Crews accepted. So let's talk about this for a minute. I've been saying for the longest time that Apollo Crews needs to turn heel. If you're not going to do it at SummerSlam, I don't know when you can ever do it again. There's got to be something we can do with Apollo Crews and the Hurt Business. I know that we don't want to put all the black guys, all the black folk in one stable, but I'm sorry, it just feels like Apollo Crews was made for the Hurt Business. Apollo, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and Bobby Lashley, like that is a stable. And I've always said before that you can represent black excellence and not be a rehash of the nation. So far, I'm loving the Hurt Business. I love that MVP hasn't literally turned this into a rehash of the Nation of Domination, a radical black group that feels oppressed by the white man. Why does it have to be that? That just seems stupid to me at this point. I mean, honestly, nowadays it might actually have some tie into reality because of, police brutality, stuff like that, but it doesn't need to be that. You can still represent black excellence without having to resort to rehashing the nation. This group needs that young blood to work. Like the Nation needed The Rock. For this stable, the Hurt Business, to really get off the ground, it needs Apollo Crews. If not Apollo Crews, someone. Ricochet and Cedric, for all I care. It's got to have either Apollo Crews or Ricochet and Cedric. Get them all. Just put them all in that group. And let them just run amok. Seriously, like I think Bobby Lashley especially has improved miles. Massively. Because of the Hurt Business. And I want to see what else they can do. If they were to give Bobby Lashley the World Championship now, I would buy it. I was already saying that when he was fighting Drew McIntyre months ago. Now, I'm like, okay, yes, I'm ready for him to be WWE Champion. So, that's just what I want. I want Apollo Crews to just go ahead and join this group. He probably won't, but that's what I want. Okay, moving on. We got, let me see here, Bayley and Sasha being interviewed. They crow about having all the gold, and D-Ride interviews is boring. When asked if they're defending and titles at SummerSlam, they just chuckle and blah, 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 blah. Then they show a video package, which had Asuka on it, and Anger, speaking Japanese, and they're all like, how dare you? How dare you? I didn't like it. It was one of those, like, super cheesy Raw segments from back in the day where the heel plays a video package and the babyface screws it up somehow. Okay. Like, it was one of those segments you've seen 2,000 times. It doesn't really do anything for you. We got Kevin Owens. Oh, I like this. This was Kevin Owens doing the KO show with, of all people, Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott. So, during this segment, we had Ruby Riott finally confront Liv Morgan. This was set up by Kevin Owens, and the whole premise is Kevin Owens regrets all the things that he's done in the past with his friendships and relationships. He has made a history of ruining relationships. He would like to, for once in his life, save one. So Ruby Riott decides to pour her heart out to Liv Morgan. And I'm trying to let me get a freaking script of what she said, because I do want to get her words down. Okay, so here's what Ruby Riott basically says. Ruby says when she came back, she thought everything would be the same, but everything was different, and she saw Morgan thriving and thought maybe she didn't need her, and that hurt. Then Liv beat her twice, and she thought she definitely didn't need her, and she wasn't ready for that. She apologizes for taking it out on her, and says every time she looks at the tattoos she has on their debut date, she's always asking for another chance to reunite the Riott Squad. But just not what it used to be, something stronger than before. And I've been waiting for Ruby Riott to get an opportunity like this. I thought this was a fire promo. I thought she delivered it masterfully. We had some emotion in there. I felt her words. I felt her words were real. Whether it was written down or not, she delivered it like it was her words. When you have someone as talented as Ruby Riott is on the microphone, you need someone like her to speak more. And I thought Liv sold it very well too with her facial expressions and her emotions. I do like the fact that these two are finally getting a storyline. Yes, we're going right back to the Riott Squad. Yes, but you know what? God damn it, it's something. Maybe that's where I am. Maybe that's where I am with Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. They at least have something. It's something that they can sink their teeth into and maybe make different. They're not heels this time, they're baby faces. So maybe we can take the Riott Squad in a different direction. We don't have Sarah Logan this time, it's just these two. Why not? I think if given enough room to breathe, give them some segments, give them a little bit of leeway to make it their own, perhaps Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan could make this tag team work. And perhaps we could see them beat Sasha and Bayley for the tag team titles. Right? Who knows? Anyways, the Iconics, fine-ass Peyton Royce, and even just as fine Billie Kay, they get on the microphone and say they're sick of hearing them prattle on because no one cares. And they say, we're about to beat that ass because we're iconic. We're about to give you an iconic ass whooping. But then Kevin Owens interrupts and says, look, you don't need to do that. Come on, this is their moment. Let them have it. And then Kevin Owens got his ass smacked by Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Let me tell y'all something. I hated this for 2 reasons, and 2 reasons only. If this was Kevin Steen, they would have gotten a pile driver. And if this was Kevin Steen, they would have gotten a pile driver. That's the only reason I didn't like this. It's just one of those things where, yeah, he can't touch them because they're women. We know. Although The Fiend was able to choke out, he was able to choke out Alexa Bliss. So, like, man, as someone who grew up with Kevin Steen in ROH, that hurt to see. Like, yo, Kevin, like, man, like, they deserve it. They deserved a couple of pile drivers. Just boom, boom. Bam. At least a stunner. Could they get a stunner at least? I mean, Stone Cold would have stunned him. Stone Cold wasn't scared to stun a woman, especially if they deserved it. Stephanie McMahon got stunned all the time. It don't matter if you old, young, male, female, you was getting them stunners from Stone Cold Steve Austin. But Kevin Owens getting his ass smacked. I was like, okay, sure. All right, what's next? Oh, and they have a tag match with Liv Morgan pinning Billie Kay. And then post-match, Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott hit a double team finisher, like a double Uranagi slam on, who was it? Was that Billy? Billy? Oh, Billy. It was Billy. And we'll see where it goes. I'm just happy Ruby and Liv are getting something to work with now. something. And then we got Charlie, oh Charlie, who is backstage with some knocked over road cases. And she's all like, breaking news, a situation is going on backstage. Look at this. Boxes. Boxes, guys. Oh my god, it's boxes. See these boxes? Oh my god, it's a situation. As a viewer, I'm just sitting here going, are they serious right now? Boxes? Now, I'm pretty sure this was supposed to indicate that there's some craziness going on backstage, which I guess, I get that, but for real, boxes? Why not show us random wrestlers just laid out backstage? Like a path of dead bodies in the wake of this new stable. Not dead bodies, but people who got their asses kicked. You get what I'm saying? Like, it could have been done better. Boxes? Okay. McIntyre has a promo with Randy Orton. And to me, if you were to tell me, Alyx, when was the moment you finally got invested, like fully invested in Drew McIntyre as the guy in WWE? When was the moment Drew McIntyre finally became the guy? It wasn't at WrestleMania. It should have been at WrestleMania, but that was, in my opinion, it was hindered by the fact that there was no crowd. And it's been very hard for him to really fill in those shoes when the show has been garbage these past few months. These series of Raws, I dare say, have been some of the worst Raws ever. Ever. Pandemic or not, it's been some of the worst Raws ever. With, you know, bright spots with Randy Orton and Edge and some people, but overall, the shows have been garbage. And that hasn't helped Drew McIntyre. Tonight, when he had that promo with Randy Orton, and he tore him a new one, basically saying, what I hate about you, Randy Orton, is that through all your accolades, through all your accomplishments, all your victories, your talent, you have never, ever helped elevate anyone. You have never went out of your way to make someone better. You have never stuck your neck out for anyone. Legacy! But, I mean, as a character, he's right. It's always been about Orton. And the way he delivered that promo, the way he carried himself, the emotion he saw, I got chills listening to him talk. I got goosebumps. And you ever just hear a promo and you go, that's it right there. That did it. You're the man. I've had those promos happen before. CM Punk. Now, CM Punk has had multiple promos like that. The biggest one, of course, is his pipe bomb. This wasn't pipe bomb level. Let's get that straight. I'm not going to compare this promo from McIntyre to the pipe bomb. It's nowhere close to it. I'm saying in terms of me feeling like, all right, that's the man right there. This did it for me. The Stone Cold promo where he said, Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass. All the Rock's promos, if you smell, and then Candy Ass and Rudy Poos, and it doesn't matter. You get the idea. It's just, McIntyre has reached that level where I don't mind saying this. I think he has filled the shoes of Roman Reigns, and I think he's a much better babyface champion than Roman Reigns ever was. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Because Roman has been a horrible babyface champ. Okay then, we can agree. We can agree that Drew McIntyre, my boy Drew McIntyre, is a better babyface champ than Roman Reigns. Okay then, good to know. The only thing I didn't like about this segment, I thought Randy Orton's promo was great. They basically talked about how they're going to fight each other at SummerSlam. Orton's talking about you're never going to see the RKO coming. Drew's talking about you're going to see the Claymore coming. The only thing I hated about this segment was Ric Flair being out there. Why is Ric Flair... What? Why are we continuing to play with fire? You know goddamn well. Didn't Ric Flair just come home to his wife having COVID-19 not that long ago? His wife just had COVID-19. And you're going to... I'm going to say it like this. Ric Flair gets sick. He goes to the hospital with COVID-19. Yeah, I'll put some blame on Flair. Because Flair is goddamn stubborn and he's too stubborn for his own good. But WWE, you're getting most of that blame. You know damn well he should not be on Raw right now. I don't give a shit if you have these wrestlers with masks and stuff. No. That's stupid. Why would you do that? Why would you have him... Especially since he just came from someone who had COVID-19. We don't even know if he caught it or not. More than likely, he probably did if he's around his wife who has it. Who had it. And here he is on Raw. Okay. If he ends up in the hospital with COVID-19, that's your ass, WWE. That's you. You will take full blame for that. No one else will get blamed for that. But y'all. There was no reason for him to be there. Yeah, they had a promo with him and Kevin Owens. And Ric Flair was talking to Kevin Owens about how he's too soft. And, you know, he needs to worry about Kevin Owens. And KO is not what he used to be. And if he just focused on himself, he'd be a champion. And then you had Kevin Owens challenge Randy Orton to a match next week. Cool with me. Still, you didn't need Flair to do that. He didn't need to be there. He really didn't. So again, he gets sick. That one's on you, WWE. Besides that, the only other thing that didn't need to be here on this show was this segment with Nia Jax. So here comes Nia Jax. She's talking to this guy named Pat Buck. Pause. Who the hell is Pat Buck? I've been watching wrestling for 20 years. Over 20 years. 22 years. I never heard of Pat Buck. Matter of fact, we're going to look him up right now. Come with me. Come with me to the internet. We're going to look up a guy named the Pat of the Buck. We're going to research this together. Live. Here on the YouTubes. So we pulled up the interwebs. Let's type in Pat Buck. American wrestler. Oh, look at that. He was jacked. Okay, he used to have a body. But who are you? He was in OVW. Okay. Gothic Mayhem. What the fuck is Gothic Mayhem? It says here, Buck formed Gothic Mayhem with Johnny Punch. Who the fuck is Johnny Punch? So they were tag team champs. Let's see, on December 2009 episode of SmackDown, Buck was featured in a jobber tag team alongside Bryce Andrews, losing to Crime Time. Okay. Let's see here. On August 7th, 2019, Buck announced that he had signed with WWE as a backstage producer. Are you serious? So his career is being a jobber for Crime Time. And you expect me to give a damn that Nia Jax kicked his ass? What was Jamie? Well, Jamie Noah was probably said, well, can you get anybody else? What? Okay, sure. Was Adam Pearce not available? Well, he had COVID-19 too. I guess that's all they have is Pat Buck. That's stupid. But yeah, Nia Jax came out. She's supposed to apologize to Pat Buck, and she's all like, I'ma sit out here and like talk like a Valley Girl instead, like Pharrell. Like, do you know who I am? Like I'm like Nia Jax, okay? Like I have
like this Samoan blood running through me, and if I didn't have it, I wouldn't even be out here. But guess what? I'm out here, so deal with it. Yeah. And like, I don't even know why I'm up here. Why do I even have a microphone? Like, for real. Good God, this woman kills me with her freaking promo skills. Oh yeah, Pat Buck. This name just sounds stupid. Apparently, she was supposed to go out there and apologize to Pat Buck. She was all like, I want to fight you instead. Push. Shove. Push. And then Pat Buck goes, you're suspended without pay. And she's like, no! Headbutt and walks away. And I go, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened? I guess Nia Jax got suspended. That's my reaction. Just, bye, Felicia. I got Bianca Belair. I don't need no Nia Jax. I got Naomi and Bianca Belair. Especially Bianca Belair. Who are much better than Nia Jax. Like, who gives a damn about Nia Jax getting suspended? Good. Hope she stays gone. Why was this segment even here? And then we got a 24/7 championship match. Akira Tozawa beat Shelton Benjamin and R-Truth. Okay. Sure. Because that's all I care about right now. Let's see here. DOM. Oh, Dominic Mysterio. Oh. Dominic. Okay. Look. This promo by Dominic that he cut, basically saying he challenges Seth Rollins to a match at SummerSlam. You can tell he's reading from a script. You can tell he's looking out this way, and his eyes are stuck, like they're darted here. I'm gonna challenge Seth Rollins to a match at a SummerSlam, and I'm gonna avenge my father, and oh, that's it? Okay, bye. He just walks out. You can tell he's reading from his script. He has no emotion in his voice. He needs some work. He needs some work on his microphone skills. I think he's extremely talented, but he needs some work. Okay? Oh. So, one of my favorite parts of the night was this match with Shayna Baszler and Sasha Banks. So what I didn't talk about before, during that promo where Sasha and Bayley showed a video package of them being the golden role models, and then Asuka interrupts, ha, I'm gonna get revenge, brother. Shayna Baszler came out of nowhere and just socked Sasha in the face. Just bow! And Sasha's like, oh, did you just hit the face of Snoop Dogg's cousin? I'm gonna tell Ronda Rousey. She didn't say that. But she said, bow! Just knocked her ass out. I thought that was great. But what we got in this match was even better. This was an awesome match. Sasha, anytime Sasha gets real nasty, like she is ghetto, ratchet Sasha, where she starts talking shit and she grits her teeth and she's overselling, you know she's motivated. That is when she's at her best. She was doing that with Shayna. She has been waiting for this match. You can tell she's been looking forward to this. And they tore it up. Awesome match. Some very crazy spots. There was a very nasty tilt-a-whirl backbreaker that Shayna did on Sasha. It looked devastating. But they were doing wrestling moves, counters. The only thing I hate about this is how it ended. So Sasha and Shayna are doing their thing, right? Here comes Asuka. Asuka attacks Bayley, who's not in the match. She just attacks her, and then the referee calls for the bell. What? I'm sorry, you can get a DQ finish off of someone being attacked that wasn't in the match? Something is wrong with the writers on this show. I don't give a damn if Vince... Maybe I should just chalk it up to just Vince not giving a damn. Because that's just That's stupid. Like, that is a horrible reason to do a disqualification. Asuka comes out and attacks Bayley. At least wait for Asuka to attack Sasha. And then call for the bell. Oh, that was so stupid. That was dumb as hell. That was dumb. But yeah, Asuka hit the ring, Sasha ran, and then Asuka challenged Sasha to a match at SummerSlam. To which Shayna came up and said, I hope you beat her. Because I would love to take the championship away from you, Asuka. And then that's when Sasha came out and said, you want a match against me, Asuka? You gotta beat Bayley first. Ha 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 ha. And Bayley's like, bitch, what the fuck? I didn't agree to this. Getting a taste of our own medicine. I like it. So, I see where this is going already. More than likely what will happen is what they should have done in Extreme Rules, they're going to do at SummerSlam. Sasha will lose the belt at SummerSlam, and then they'll probably do something at Payback. Lord help us all, involving Sasha, Shayna, and whoever else they're going to do. You'll have to figure that out for me, but I thought this was good. I thought what they did with the match was good. I hated the finish. I thought that was absolute trash. But Asuka coming out and challenging her, and then of course the match being announced, that was good. So I liked it. I like it a lot. Let's see what else we got. Let's see here. Is this when we got the stuff with the Raw Underground? We saw Baba Tunde. Some of you are like, what the hell is Baba Tunde? That's that guy that was in the Greatest Royal Rumble that they promoted 2 years ago. You're just like, who? I know. Just go with it. So this is like the first of 3 or 4 Raw Underground vignette segments. Baba Tunde is in there beating up, just randomly beating up people. And it's quick, it's fast. You get strippers dancing in the background with Fight Club music. The only thing I hate about this, I like the concept. I like the concept of this new way of presenting wrestling. What I don't like about it is the zooms, like this crap. Every time you see a move coming, boom, and then a cut over here, and then the camera's over here, and the camera's over here, and then boom. I don't like that. I think that's lazy. I think that's. If you're gonna make this different, can we get rid of those zooms? Just make it a still shot. Let the action speak for itself. Please. Make it different. Make it feel different. If we're gonna do Fight Club, let it be Fight Club. Don't do the whole BOOM! Here comes my close-up! I hate it. It's stupid. But those are the little things that really get on my nerves. Kevin Dunn. We also saw, I said Eric and Ivar. Who else was it? Was it Dolph Ziggler? Yeah, and Dolph Ziggler come in and out. So, look. Again, it gives other wrestlers something else to do. So, I like it. Again, as long as it leads to something, we're good. Let's see here. Oh. So, we got a rehash of Brawl for All. Now we're also getting a rehashing of Shawn Michaels fainting in 1995. We got Angel Garza versus Angelo Dawkins, and then Andrade versus Montez Ford. It's basically one half of the tag teams that are going to fight for the title at SummerSlam fighting each other. They're just fighting each other's halves. Angelo Dawkins lost to Angel Garza due to a distraction because Montez Ford, while he was outside, just fainted. Shawn Michaels style, just fainted. Dropped dead. And he still has to wrestle in his match against Andrade, which he ends up doing the same thing, and then they toss the match out, do the KO. And we go backstage to find out that someone had poisoned, or stuck some poison in Montez Ford's drink. And then we see my girl, Charlie, get an interview with Angel. Cock blocker. I mean, one of the most talented wrestlers in the company, Cock Blocker. She's interviewing him, and he's all like, hey, let me give you this flower. But then I showed up. I mean, Zelina Vega showed up and put it into that. Thank you. You stay away from Charlie. Go get with that other girl. That bachelor girl who was there tonight. What was her name? Demi? Who the fuck is Demi? And get with her. Charlie's mine. But yeah, Zelina was all like, oh, it's a shame what happened to Montez Ford. Boo-hoo. And then Bianca Belair. My girl Bianca Belair walked out the room. And she's all like, why you up here? Why you up here? Clapping her hands, taking off her earrings, and getting with it. That girl was about to snatch Zelina bald. Snatch all her tracks out her head. This was great. I love me some Bianca Belair. I love her. I think she's one of the greatest. She is the EST for real. Man, that was funny. That was great. They was about to brawl, then they held them back. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for Bianca Belair versus Zelina Vega. I also want Charlie Caruso versus Zelina Vega. Make that cat fight happen as well. Probably we can do that in Raw. Yeah, make that a fight in Raw Underground. Let's go. Zelina versus Charlie Caruso in Raw Underground. I would watch that. Let's go. All right. Isn't this where we got the Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins segment? I'm trying to see. Because Buddy Murphy was having remorse about what he did to Aleister Black. And then Seth Rollins is all like, you did good, my son. Your sacrifice was worth it. You ever just think that Seth Rollins, when he goes home, he has like a random set of steel steps in the middle of his bedroom? Or in the middle of the living room? And anytime he wants to get up, he tells Becky, get your ass on them steps. It's time for you to make a sacrifice. I need you to please my greater good. Oh my God. It's what you do. You gotta do it for the greater good. You know, that's how he talks to Becky. Whoa. Oh man. This whole storyline about steel steps and eyeballs. There's an eye joke in there somewhere, I swear. Let's see here. Yeah, this is where we got Seth Rollins and the Rey Mysterio business. And they did like a long-ass video package rehashing everything just to save time because there's nothing else to do. But Rollins gets on the microphone and says before he responds to Dominic's challenge, he goes to Tom Phillips. He's all like, Tom, I don't appreciate that you were laughing while I was getting my ass kicked last week. I think it's time for you to make a sacrifice. See them steps? Get on it. Get on them steps. Nah, he tried to, harm Tom Phillips, but Samoa Joe stepped up and said, And let me tell y'all something. Joe can still talk his ass off. He says, I'm going to pop you in the mouth. I'm going to pop your little buddy in the mouth if you touch my friend, Tom Phillips. And then you see Rollins and Murphy get steel chairs. He's like, yeah, come on in. Do something, Joe. Joe got up, took off his suit, was getting ready to get inside the ring, was, unhooking his cuffs. And then Dominic hits the... I love that when Dominic hits the ring, Joe's all like, yeah, psych. He goes and sits back down. But Dominic got in there and starts beating them up with the kendo stick, as always. And then hits the 619, and then Rollins is like, okay, I had enough. You want me at SummerSlam? You got it. So... what Dominic lacks in microphone skills, he makes up for inside the ring. He is amazing inside the ring. Dominic is an amazing performer. He is great as a wrestler. Doesn't get nearly enough credit that he deserves. He is phenomenal as a performer, and I love it. I think it's great, for real. I think it's great that he gets to have his first match in the same company that his father got famous in. That's really cool. And it's against Seth Rollins, so you know it's going to be great. I'm really excited for this, for real. I want to see Dominic do well against Seth Rollins. Now, I'm pretty sure Rey Mysterio will get involved somehow, but let's do it. I think it's going to be a great match. I'm very excited to see Dominic's first match. So we end the show with the Hurt business. MVP, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin. You see them go into the warehouse that the Hurt Business is happening in. And then they get inside the octagon, wherever the hell that is. And then Bobby Lashley proceeds to deliberately massacre all of these poor souls. These poor, unfortunate souls. Just tosses him to and fro. MVP gets him some. Shelton Benjamin gets him some. They just destroy everybody. And they look like goddamn beasts doing it. I especially liked how amazing Bobby Lashley looked. I'm at that point now where I'm like, yeah, give him the belt. And then it ends with them standing tall in the middle of the Hurt Business's new underground, I guess. But Shane's like, hey, thank you for joining. Come back next week. Let me just say this. I'm gonna say it to you like this. If there was ever a way to get Brock Lesnar on SummerSlam, this is it right here. Let me pitch this to WWE. Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, Raw Underground, or Underground Fight Club, or whatever the fuck you call it. Wherever the hell this is, the underground stuff. Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam, underground fight. You will have me waiting on bated breath. Ooh, bro. That's, man, I wish them strippers were here right now. Where them strippers at? Because that got me all kinds of excited. Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley in an underground fight club kind of match. Bro, that sells it right there. That's SummerSlam. Everything else, we good. But to me, like, that kind of environment would work for a Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar match. Because when you think Bobby Lashley and Lesnar, you could have them do a regular match, but why? Why? It just seems. Why not do Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley in this environment? Bro, that would be pretty dope. It'd be really, really dope. And I think we should do it. Man, that would be pretty goddamn sweet. I don't know how you get better than that, ladies and gentlemen. You don't. But yeah, like, I would love to see Lashley versus Lesnar in this environment. SummerSlam is shaping up to be a pretty solid show on card. But if you get Lashley and Lesnar combined to get Lashley versus Lesnar on that card in this environment, you don't have to worry about selling it. It will sell itself. Yeah, again, I can't say this show was necessarily good, but I certainly had a lot to say. Didn't I? So there you go. That's my thoughts on Monday Night Raw. Now, again, I would love to go to the live chat, but it's not working. I don't know what the deal is with Streamlabs right now. It's kind of getting on my nerves. So just give me your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you all so much for being here. I look forward to seeing what you have to say about Monday Night Raw tonight. How'd you feel about Raw Underground? What do you feel about The Rock and the XFL? How do you feel about the Hurt Business? How do you feel about Shayna Baszler and Sasha Banks? About Apollo Crews and the potential of him turning heel? How do you feel about Dominic fighting Seth Rollins at SummerSlam? Give me all your thoughts below. How do you feel about McIntyre and his promo? I look forward to seeing what you have to say in the comments. But thank you for making me a part of your day. I hope you guys have a good one. This is Alyx, just Alyx, signing out right here in Alyx's world. You guys take it easy. With love. Be sure to subscribe and like the video. I'm out. Peace.